up and sit down.
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Mac here, and we got our presentation of our Chazz Princeton deck. We introduced Jaden's GX deck, so we thought a cool deck to introduce next would be Chazz Princeton's deck. Our deck consists of the Ojama Trio, Armor Dragons, and the Union Monsters. So it's a pretty cool deck in my opinion. So let's get her underway. First off, we got Ojama Yellow, Ojama Green, and Ojama Black. These cards absolutely suck balls and wiener at the same time. So anyways, the reason I say that is because they're useless. I mean, 0, 1000. There is a few cool combos you can get out with this deck if you have like polymerization or something like that. But most time, our cards are usually just bashers, to go to the graveyard to summon stronger stuff. Next, we have 3 Chthonian Soldiers. Love this card. Awesome card. Super cool effect, actually. His effect, if you guys don't know what his effect does, I'll read it to you. When this card is destroyed by your opponent's attacking monster and sent to the graveyard, inflict battle damage you took from this battle to your opponent's life points as well. So, I don't know. Pretty cool effect for the most part. I like the effect of it. I don't know. I've used it a few times against Jaden stuff. Also, just a kind of a note. Before we do deck profiles, we always, play with the decks quite a few times so we get used to them and know what the cards do. The next card is Mythist, the Infernal General. I believe the first time he used this was against Jaden in their first duel between Chazz and Jaden. I don't know. He's an alright card, not really the strongest, but it kind of sucks he takes one sacrifice, but he's kind of cool. Next, we got Soul Tiger. I believe Chazz used this in his duels at the other academy, whatever the hell that fucking place was called. 2100 Fists actually in character duels trumps pretty damn well, and which is pretty good. And also you have Giant Rat, which, will help you pull out Soul Tiger and also Gaiukaki Gear Panda, which is a really cool card too. So, we use the 3 beasts kind of with Giant Rat. So, I mean, they're a little different than his other monsters, but, I think it flows really good with the deck actually. And this deck's actually pretty damn good. Surprisingly, Chazz's deck's pretty legit. Next, we have what I call my Armored Dragon Callers. We have Flying Kamikari number 1 and Mass Dragon. Pretty much I won't read the effects, but both of them allow you to add Armored Dragon level 3 from your deck to your hand or to your side of the field. So that's really cool. Armored Dragon level 3, that's pretty much, this is your key monster in your field. You want to keep Armored Dragon level 3 on the field, so that way you can get 5 and 7 out. We don't go up to 10 because we didn't feel like 10 was worth putting a space in the deck for it, so we only go up to 7. We run 1 level 5. That's kind of controversial. We had some decision making on it, whether to run 2 or 1. We decided just to run 1 because the deck's already at 45 cards, so we just thought we'd keep it at 45 instead of going 1 over. So Armored Dragon level 5, probably the best card in the deck actually, just because of his effect. And he allows you to easily summon out Armored Dragon level 7 once he destroys a monster by battle. Armored Dragon level 7 is my favorite card in Chazz's deck, besides maybe Ojama Knight. I like Ojama Knight. Armored Dragon level 7's super awesome. You can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard to destroy all face-up monsters on your opponent's side of the field with attack equal to or less than the attack of the sent monster. So that's a really cool effect, which I really dig that effect. Reborn Zombie, if you don't have any cards in your hand, this card can be useful. Chazz used it. I don't know. I mean, I kind of use him as a burner, throw away to sacrifice for something else. Next card is Despair of the Dark. He would be a good Armored Dragon level 7 hitter. See, when this card is sent from your hand or deck to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, special summon this card to your side of the field. So, card destruction or something like that against Yugi, this card come in handy. I like it. 2 sacrifices. It's okay. 2800 attack, 3000 defense. That's kind of beefy. It works out. Infernal Incinerator. This is actually a really good card. I don't know. I dig this card. I like the looks of Chazz's cards too. I really do actually. Chazz is one of my favorite decks actually. To be honest with you guys, I really like Infernal Incinerator. Just for the most part. I mean, 2800 attack. That's pretty damn good in my opinion. So I like him. Then we have B, W, X, Y, Z, in that order, guys. These are Chazz cards. I mean, yeah, I kind of think Chazz stole some cards from Kaiba. So when they were making GX, they decided, well, hell, let's give Chazz some cards that Kaiba had to make him kind of like a protagonist to Jaden, like Kaiba was to Yugi at the beginning. So that's why I think they give him these cards. Out of these 5, you're very, very unlikely to get VWXYZ Dragon Cannon, what the fuck his name is. You're very unlikely to get him. You know, for the most part, these cards can come in useful every once in a while, but most of the time I use them as burners, actually, surprisingly, which kind of sucks, but I wish I could get the cards off better, but I usually can't. So, starting off with our spells, we have Level Up and Level Modulation. You know, you guys know what these cards do. These cards have been around for years. I really like Level Up, to be honest with you guys, because of Armored Dragon Level 5. I don't know, cool cards. Sometimes they're kind of like, they're kind of wasteful in your hand. They kind of just sit there, but you can sometimes get a good use of them, I should say. Sorry for that. Chthonian Alliance. This card is bad fucking ass if you get your other 3 Chthonian soldiers out. If you get all 3 of them out and equip this to one of them, your Chthonian soldier becomes like a badass. You can pretty much wreck anything character duels. It's hilarious. Infernal Reckless Summon, pretty common card. Armor Change, same with it. The Graveyard of the 4th Dimension. Add 2 monsters to your graveyard that have level in their name to your deck and then shuffle it. So this is really cool with Armor Dragon level 3 and 5. That's what I'd usually hit, you know, in case I get 7 out. So this works out really good. I should have put the level cards at the beginning, but it's alright. Pot of Greed. You guys have never seen that card before, right? Pot of Greed's pretty cool. You know, one of my favorite cards in the game, but yeah, draw 2 cards. Polymer, pretty self-explanatory. Magical Mallet, badass card. Pretty much just allows you to, you know, shuffle your hand around throughout your deck and get better cards. It's super sweet and super easy to use. Then we got our Ojama cards. We have Ojama Magic, Ojama Muscle, and Ojama Delta Hurricane. Ojama Delta Hurricane is probably the best out of these combo. If you have too many cards in your hand, discard Ojama Magic can be useful, or other cards that help you discard from your hand. This can come in handy. So really, these 3 cards make the Ojama Brothers a little better. They're still shit, but these 3 cards can help, you know, go with it. We're running brown sleeves on these 2. I kind of like the brown with Chazz. I don't know why. Enchanting Fitting Room. I don't know. It has purposes. Fiend Sanctuary, another card that Yugi and Kaiba had pretty much that Chazz decided to steal. Really good card, you know, for the most part. I like it. Then we have Ring of Defense. Starting off with our traps, we have Ring of Destruction. We have these errated to be just like the anime. We've used these cards multiple times in our duels, so you guys have probably seen these. Also, YGOanimeDecksNDuels uses the same effects that we use also on these 2 cards. So if you guys want to relate to them, you can go to them also. They're a much bigger channel than us, so you might actually know who they are. Next trap card is Call the Haunted, the monster reborn of Chazz's deck. Chthonian Polymer and Chthonian Blast. His Chthonian cards is bringing back more Chthonian cards with his Chthonian Soldier cards. I like the Chthonian, you know, effect of the duel of the deck. Really sweet. Pretty cool. Have both these cards. So moving on, the Grave of Enkindling. You know, pretty common. Treasure Map, awesome card, secret rare, limited edition. You can only activate this card in response to activation of effect that would return this card from the field to your hand. Draw 2 cards from your deck and discard 1 card from your hand. So you can tell that card is pretty hard to get off, but Chazz used it, so if you can get it off, it's pretty cool. Now for the last 2 final traps. These are our Ojama trap cards. Eliminating the League and Ojama Trio. Chazz did not use this card, as you guys well know, but it actually has a pretty good fitting to the deck, surprisingly. So I just recommend, if you guys are making a Chazz deck, to toss this card in there and play with it. I truly believe you guys will enjoy it because of the discard effect on it. That will allow you to discard your Ojama Magic. And you know, that can be really beneficial because then you can get your Ojama trio out. So that's why we put that in there, and it works out really, really well. I enjoy using that effect. So now starting out with our fusion cards, we have BWXYZ Dragon Catapult Cannon. The dude I can never remember. Common because we're poor, so we can't afford shiny cards all the time. So 3,000 attack, pretty good. You'll probably never get them out. And then XYZ Dragon Cannon, yes, in Japanese, I think. So, yeah, I mean, not much to say there. If you can get them out, it's cool, but you most likely won't. VW Tiger Catapult, you'll probably more likely to get him out than any of the other ones in Chazz's deck. Now, for our final two, we have Ojama Knight, like I said earlier, one of my favorite. You can select up to 2 monster zones. Those selected zones cannot be used, so you select 2 of your opponent's monster zones, and they cannot put monsters in the zone. Pretty cool. Ojama Knight, I don't know, I like the looks of him. He's kind of different. He got like his little panties there on, or whatever those are. That's pretty funny, actually. And our final card in Chazz's deck, our final fusion card, Ojama King. 3,000 defense. Fat looking ugly bastard. Pretty much shit card. If you can get him off, though, it's pretty cool, but most of the time you won't be getting him off. So, like I said before, guys, I'm Mac.
I'm Shane.
And we'll leave that to you guys. So, leave a comment and rate, subscribe, and tell us what you guys would like to see. And so, peace out, bros.